You wake up in the morning and your knees hurt. Your lower back is stiff. Your shoulders feel tight. And you think, well, that's just aging. That's what happens when you get older. But let me ask you something. Is it really? Or is your body trying to tell you something that you've been ignoring? Here's what most people don't realize. That pain you're feeling, that stiffness, that heaviness in your joints and muscles, it's not actually aging. It's inflammation. And inflammation isn't some mysterious thing that just happens. It's your body's response to what you're feeding it. You see, there's a massive lie that's been sold to everyone over 50. The lie is that aging means falling apart, that your body is inevitably going to hurt more, that you're going to have less energy, that the best years are behind you. And most people just accept that as truth. But that's not what the research actually shows. The research shows something completely different. It shows that when people understand what causes inflammation, when they actually address it, when they feed their bodies what they need instead of what's convenient, something remarkable happens. The pain goes away. The stiffness disappears. The energy comes back. And they feel like themselves again. But here's the thing that gets me. Most people never learn what's actually causing the inflammation. Their doctor just says, take an anti-inflammatory. Maybe gives them a pill, maybe recommends ice. And nobody ever addresses the root cause. Nobody ever says, let me show you how to fix this at the source. That's what I'm here to tell you about. There's an anti-inflammation diet, a specific way of eating that actually addresses inflammation at the cellular level. And it's not complicated. It's not expensive. It's not about deprivation. It's actually about eating really good food that your body was designed to eat. Think about your body like a vintage engine, a classic car, a really well-built machine. That machine, when you put the right fuel in it, when you maintain it properly, it runs smooth and cool. But when you start putting the wrong fuel in it, when you neglect it, that machine starts to sputter. It starts to heat up. It starts to break down. And that overheating, that stress on the engine, that's inflammation. Your body is literally overheating because it's stressed. It's stressed because you're feeding it things that cause an inflammatory response, things that make your immune system work overtime, things that damage your cellular lining. Now, let me explain the mechanics of this real quick, because once you understand it, everything else makes sense. Inside your body, you have something called the endothelial lining. This is a protective layer that lines all your blood vessels, your arteries, everything. This lining is incredibly delicate. And when you eat certain foods, foods that are processed, foods that are loaded with seed oils, foods that are high in refined carbohydrates and sugar, you damage this lining. When the lining gets damaged, your immune system kicks into overdrive. It thinks there's a problem. It thinks there's an invasion. So it sends out inflammatory compounds. It sends out markers that cause swelling, pain, stiffness. That's inflammation. And if you keep eating the foods that damage the lining, inflammation never stops. It just becomes your baseline. But when you eat the right foods, when you feed your body what it actually needs, the lining heals. Your immune system calms down. The inflammatory response stops. And your body starts to feel normal again. Let me tell you about someone. His name is David. He's 62 years old. He spent 30 years in construction. Big guy, strong guy. And about 5 years ago, his body started falling apart. His knees were killing him. His back was constantly sore. His hands had developed arthritis. He was popping ibuprofen like candy. He was seeing different doctors, physical therapists. Nobody had a real answer. They just kept telling him he was getting old. David came to me and asked a question that changed everything. He said, is there anything I can actually do, or am I just going to be in pain for the rest of my life? And I said, David, your pain isn't because of your age. It's because your body is inflamed. And that inflammation is coming from what you're eating. Let me show you a different way. I taught him about this anti-inflammation diet. And within 2 weeks, something shifted. His knees felt better. Not completely gone, but noticeably better. Within 4 weeks, his back pain had dropped by maybe 60%. And within 2 months, he was almost pain-free. He was moving like someone 10 years younger. So let me introduce you to the first part of this protocol. And this is the immediate action. This is the thing that starts working right away. You need to eliminate seed oils. Specifically, you need to throw away any canola oil, soybean oil, corn oil, or vegetable oil you have in your kitchen. Right now, these oils are pro-inflammatory. When you cook with them, when you eat foods cooked in them, you're literally feeding your body inflammatory compounds. David went through his kitchen. He found a big bottle of vegetable oil. He threw it away. He found bottles of canola oil that he used for cooking. Gone. He found that most of his condiments, his salad dressings, his processed foods, they all contain these seed oils. So he started eliminating them. This is the immediate micro win. This is the thing you can do today. Go to your kitchen, look at your oils, look at your condiments, look at your processed foods, see what seed oils you've got, and get rid of them. Because every single meal you eat with these oils in them is actively causing inflammation in your body. In their place, David switched to olive oil and avocado oil. Oils that actually support your health. Oils that don't cause inflammation. And just this one change, just eliminating seed oils, he noticed a difference within days. His stomach felt better. His digestion improved. His inflammation markers started to shift. But that's just the beginning. Because the second part of this protocol is adding in the foods that actively reduce inflammation. And the first of these is turmeric. Turmeric is a spice that contains something called curcumin. Curcumin is one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory compounds in nature. It literally tells your immune system to calm down. It reduces the inflammatory markers in your blood. It helps heal the damage to your endothelial lining. But here's the key. You have to use it correctly. You can't just sprinkle turmeric on your food and expect results. You need to consume it with black pepper. Black pepper contains something called piperine, and piperine increases the bioavailability of curcumin by like 2,000%. 2,000. So the turmeric you consume actually gets absorbed and used by your body instead of just passing through. David started making a simple habit. Every morning he'd make what I call a turmeric tonic. Just turmeric, black pepper, a little honey, and warm milk or water. He'd drink it 5 minutes of his morning. That's it. And within a week, he started noticing something. His joints felt less stiff first thing in the morning. The pain that used to be worst in the morning was getting better. This is the second step. And it's powerful because turmeric, when you consume it consistently, it directly addresses inflammation at the source. It tells your immune system, hey, relax, everything's fine. You don't need to be in attack mode. The third step is eliminating sugar and refined carbohydrates. Because here's the truth that nobody wants to hear. Sugar is inflammatory. Refined carbohydrates are inflammatory. When you eat these things, your blood sugar spikes. Your body releases inflammatory markers. Your immune system gets activated and inflammation builds up in your system. David looked at his eating habits. He was having toast for breakfast, a sandwich for lunch, pasta for dinner, all refined carbohydrates, all spiking his blood sugar, all creating inflammation. So he made a change. He switched to whole foods, real food, food that didn't come from a box. For breakfast, instead of toast, he had eggs and vegetables. For lunch, instead of a sandwich, he had grilled chicken with a salad. For dinner, instead of pasta, he had fish with vegetables. Simple changes, but the impact was huge. Within 2 weeks, his energy was different. His blood sugar was stable. His inflammation was dropping. And here's the thing that surprised him most. He didn't feel deprived. He was actually eating better food, more satisfying food. Food that his body actually wanted to digest properly instead of food that was triggering an immune response. The fourth step is adding in omega-3 rich foods. We've talked about this before with salmon, but it bears repeating because omega-3s are absolutely critical for reducing inflammation. Omega-3s are literally the opposite of seed oil. Where seed oils cause inflammation, omega-3s reduce it. They calm your immune system. They heal your endothelial lining. They reduce the inflammatory markers in your blood. David started eating salmon twice a week, just a simple salmon dinner. And he started adding in things like walnuts as snacks. He started using flax seeds on his salad. He was getting omega-3s from multiple sources. And the combination of eliminating inflammatory foods and adding in anti-inflammatory foods, the transformation was accelerating. Within a month, David was pain-free most of the time. His knees were good, his back was good, his hands felt stronger, and he was off the ibuprofen, completely off it. He hadn't taken an anti-inflammatory pill in weeks. And here's what he told me. He said, I feel like I got my body back, like I'm not fighting it anymore, like we're on the same team again. That's the power of this protocol, because when you remove the inflammatory triggers, when you add in the anti-inflammatory foods, when you support your immune system in calming down, your body starts to heal. Not in months, not in years, but in weeks. Rapid healing. But this is just a foundation. There are more steps. There are more foods. There are more synergies that amplify this effect even further. And that's where the real transformation happens. Now, David had made 4 major changes. He'd eliminated seed oils. He'd added turmeric with black pepper. He'd removed sugar and refined carbs. He'd added omega-3 rich foods. And his inflammation was dropping rapidly. His pain was disappearing. But he wanted to know if there was more he could do to accelerate the process even further. And that's when I introduced him to the 5th step, ginger. Ginger is like turmeric's cousin. It contains compounds called gingerols that are powerfully anti-inflammatory. And here's what's interesting. When you combine ginger with turmeric, when you use both of them together, they amplify each other. The anti-inflammatory effect multiplied. David started adding fresh ginger to his meals. He'd use it in cooking, he'd add it to his turmeric tonic in the morning, and he'd sometimes just steep fresh ginger in hot water as an afternoon tea. What he noticed was that his digestion improved significantly, because inflammation in the gut is a huge driver of systemic inflammation. When you reduce gut inflammation, you reduce inflammation throughout your entire body. Within 2 weeks of adding ginger to his protocol, David told me something remarkable. He said his energy was at a level he hadn't felt in years. Not just less pain, but actual vitality, actual energy. The kind of energy where you wake up and you want to do things. You want to move. You want to be active. That's not a small thing at 62 years old. The 6th step is something that most people completely overlook, but it's critical. It's about what you drink. Most people over 50 are drinking things that are actively causing inflammation. Coffee, tea, sugary drinks, alcohol, soda. And while some of these, like coffee and tea, have anti-inflammatory compounds, the way most people drink them, they're actually creating a net inflammatory effect. David was a coffee guy. He loved coffee, but he was drinking it with sugar, and sugar causes inflammation. So we didn't eliminate the coffee, we just changed how he was consuming it. He switched to drinking his coffee black, or with a small amount of unsweetened almond milk, no sugar, no refined carbohydrates. But here's the key addition. He started drinking a lot more water, pure water, and he started adding something specific to some of his water. A squeeze of fresh lemon or lime. Citrus contains compounds that support your immune system. They reduce inflammation. They support liver function. And the liver is absolutely critical for processing and removing inflammatory markers from your bloodstream. So David's new drinking protocol was simple. Water throughout the day. Coffee in the morning, black or with unsweetened milk. Green tea in the afternoon, which has powerful antioxidants. And the occasional herbal tea in the evening. No sugary drinks, no alcohol, just clean hydration. What he noticed was that his body felt less sluggish. His digestion was better. His inflammation markers were continuing to drop, because hydration isn't just about drinking water. It's about what you're drinking that either supports or undermines your anti-inflammation efforts. The 7th step is the one that brings it all together. It's about timing and consistency, because inflammation doesn't develop overnight, and it doesn't disappear overnight either. It's a gradual process. But when you understand the rhythm of it, when you understand how your body processes inflammation throughout the day, you can optimize your protocol to work with your body's natural rhythms. Here's what I taught David. Your body has natural anti-inflammatory peaks throughout the day. Your immune system is more active at certain times. Your digestion is stronger at certain times. Your body's natural repair processes are heightened at certain times. And if you align your anti-inflammatory protocol with these natural rhythms, the effect compounds. David made a simple decision. He committed to consistency every single day. Same anti-inflammatory foods, same turmeric and ginger intake, same elimination of inflammatory food, same hydration pattern. He didn't do it perfectly. Some days he ate differently. Some days he had an extra coffee. But his commitment was to the overall pattern, to the general direction. And that consistency, that commitment to the protocol day in and day out, that's what transformed his results from good to extraordinary. Because your body isn't looking for perfection, it's looking for direction. Are you moving toward reducing inflammation or away from it? That's the only question that matters. Now let me show you what David's complete day actually looked like. Because when you see how all 7 of these steps fit together, when you see the actual structure of an anti-inflammatory day, that's when you understand how achievable this really is. He wakes up at 6:30. First thing, before anything else, he drinks a glass of warm water with lemon. This activates his digestion, it supports his liver, it starts his day in an anti-inflammatory way. By 7, he's had his breakfast. Eggs, usually. Maybe some vegetables, maybe some berries. No toast, no refined carbohydrates. Just real food that doesn't cause inflammation. Around 7:30, he makes his turmeric tonic. Turmeric, black pepper, a little honey, warm milk. He sips it slowly. He's getting that curcumin and piperine into his system. He's telling his immune system to calm down. 9 o'clock, he has his coffee. Black. Just the way it should be. No sugar, no added inflammatory compounds. Throughout the morning, he's drinking water. Just plain water. Maybe with lemon sometimes. He's staying hydrated. He's supporting his liver's ability to process and remove inflammatory markers. Noon comes around. It's lunchtime. He has real food. Grilled chicken or fish. A big salad with lots of vegetables. Maybe some avocado. Maybe some nuts. Olive oil dressing. No refined carbohydrates. No inflammatory compounds. Just nourishing anti-inflammatory food. Early afternoon, maybe around 2, he'll have a small snack. Maybe some nuts, maybe some berries, just something to keep his blood sugar stable and his energy consistent. Mid-afternoon, around 3:30 or 4, he makes himself some fresh ginger tea. Just ginger steeped in hot water. Sometimes he'll add a little honey, and he sips it, relaxing, supporting his digestion, further reducing inflammation. Dinner comes around 6. Again, real food, maybe salmon with roasted vegetables, maybe grass-fed beef with a big salad, maybe chicken with steamed broccoli. The pattern is always the same. Protein, vegetables, healthy fats, no refined carbohydrates, no inflammatory seed oils, everything cooked in olive oil or avocado oil. Evening, after dinner, he's just drinking water or maybe herbal tea, something calming. He's winding down. He's not adding any inflammatory compounds at the end of the day. Before bed, he sleeps. And while he's sleeping, while his body is in repair mode, his anti-inflammatory system is working. His immune system is calm. His body is healing. The inflammation is continuing to decrease. This is the rhythm. This is the pattern. And when you understand it, when you see that it's not complicated, when you see that it's actually quite doable, you realize that you can do this too. Now, I want to address something that most people are thinking right now. Because I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I've got arthritis. I've got chronic pain. I'm 67. I've been eating the way I've been eating for my whole life. How is eliminating seed oils and adding turmeric going to really change anything? Let me tell you something. Your body doesn't care about your history. It doesn't care that you've been eating inflammatory foods for 40 years. Your body only cares about what you're feeding it today and tomorrow and the day after that. Every single meal is an opportunity. Every single meal is a choice. Are you choosing to feed your body things that cause inflammation? Or are you choosing to feed your body things that reduce it? And here's what most people don't understand. The speed at which your body can heal when you actually give it what it needs, it's remarkable. David saw significant improvement within 2 weeks. Within a month, most of his pain was gone. And that was a man who had been dealing with chronic pain for years. You're not too old. You're not too far gone. You're not past the point of return. Your body has an incredible capacity to heal if you just give it the right signals. And those signals, they're simple. Eliminate inflammatory foods. Add anti-inflammatory foods. Stay consistent. That's it. Now, here's something that David told me that I think you need to hear. He said, I thought I was stuck with this pain. I thought this was just what my body was going to be like from here on out. But I wasn't broken. I was just inflamed. And once I started treating the inflammation, once I actually addressed the root cause, instead of just taking the pill and hoping it would go away, everything changed. That's the real power of this protocol. It's not about managing symptoms. It's about addressing the root cause. It's not about living with pain. It's about actually eliminating it. And the beautiful thing is that once you've done this work, once you've reduced the inflammation in your body, once you've gone through even 3 or 4 months of consistent anti-inflammatory eating, your body remembers. Your immune system remembers how to function properly. Your inflammation baseline drops. And maintaining that becomes easier than you'd expect because you're not fighting your body anymore. You're not battling against yourself. You're working with your body. You're feeding it what it needs. You're supporting its natural healing processes. And when you're working with your body instead of against it, everything becomes easier. David told me something else that stuck with me. He said, I feel like I got my freedom back. I can move without thinking about pain. I can play with my grandkids. I can actually do things. And it's not because of some miracle. It's just because I started treating my body right. That's what this is about. That's the real transformation. It's not just about pain relief. It's about reclaiming your life. It's about independence. It's about the confidence of knowing that your body is finally cooperating with you instead of working against you. It's about the joy of movement, the freedom of not being limited by pain and stiffness. And here's the beautiful part. This protocol, this anti-inflammation diet, it's not just for people with chronic pain. It's for anyone over 50 who wants to feel vibrant again. Anyone who's been accepting that aging means decline. Anyone who's ready to challenge that assumption and actually do something about it. Your body is waiting for you to wake up. Your immune system is waiting to calm down. Your joints are waiting to feel good again. Your energy is waiting to come back. And it all starts with understanding what causes inflammation and how to eliminate it. In our next video, I'm going to show you the supplement protocol that works alongside this anti-inflammation diet to accelerate your results even further, because there are 3 specific compounds that, when combined with this dietary protocol, can cut your timeline, the pain relief, in half. Your body is ready to heal itself. It just needs the right support. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that, because when you combine this anti-inflammation diet with the supplement support I'm going to show you, that's when the real transformation accelerates. Your inflammation is waiting to go down. Your pain is waiting to disappear. Your energy is waiting to come back. And it all starts with these 7 steps. Simple, practical, powerful. Take care of yourself. Your body is counting on you to finally listen.